After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 358. It is Saturday, June 8th, 2019, as we are recording. I am Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad to have you with us. If you are new, we hope you find something that you enjoy and you will continue to come back. If you are returning, as always, we're glad to see you. And if you are in the shadow, we'd love to have you here officially. You can join us on the Ravelry group, is Pen, Hook, and Needles on Ravelry. And on the YouTube channel, which you are watching us on, just press the little subscribe button on your right and hit the little bell so you can get the notifications. We'd love to have you with us officially. The Ravelry group's where all the fun stuff happens. We have a lot of chatter on the YouTube sometimes.
Especially lately.
Yeah, but we have most of our chatter and all of our alongs and giveaways and things are on the Ravelry group. We do have a couple of new members. We have RK13 and Wishing for Sheep. Neither one of them has names on their
I love
things.
that name, Wishing for Sheep.
Yes. So we're glad to have both of you with us. Thank you for joining us. No tea today.
No, we were going to do tea.
We had every intention of doing
tea, but we started talking about yarn.
Well, first we started talking about a pattern, and then we started talking about yarn.
Yes, there's an awesome pattern for all you people who are crazy colorwork people. Oh, my hair. Sorry, guys.
Vanity can be put aside.
Someone asked me if I'm growing out my hair. I think it was Beth.
No, I don't think so. Maybe it was. I answered them, but
yes, I am growing out my hair, which means I'm in that kind of awkward. Well, my hair does this anyway, where it curls and does what it wants. Doesn't matter how much you comb it. You can wet it down. It does what it wants.
Yeah, Maria asked, I think.
Maybe it was Maria.
Yeah.
Now, Mom's is really nice because it goes into these really pretty curly ringlets.
When it gets long.
And that, that might be part of the point.
When I'm like that, I go whoosh.
Because I'm doing whoosh, and I'm also doing like spit curls.
Yeah.
Although every once in a while I get a ring line on my forehead. But anyway, enough about my hair. For all you colorwork people out there, there is an awesome pattern. I don't remember the designer.
It's called
called Tattoo.
Tattoo. Mm-hmm.
It is a jacket which is reversible, and it's stranded flat, which I have not done yet. I am. Ooh, never have I ever.
Never have I ever. I am going to be contacting you, Stephanie, when you feel better.
Oh my gosh, I am in love with this sweater.
Stephanie is Vanilla Soft.
It is a rare $20 pattern. I've never seen a pattern this expensive, but you look, the way she wrote it, it's really well written.
It's an amazing pattern. It's expensive, more expensive than most ebooks, but it's well worth it. It looks like it's well worth it.
And I mean, I would love to own this and knit this. So I had the pattern. I had to wait a while before I get Mom to dye up the yarn for me, so I can knit this thing because I want it. But that we started talking about that, and then we started thinking about yarn colors that could work for it, and then Mom started thinking of colorways for cardiac and dysautonomia.
Dysautonomia colorway is pretty much set, and I now have in my head what I want to do for the cardiac portion of it. So hopefully I might have a sample for you to see in the next couple of weeks.
But that is why we do not have tea, long story short.
No, we have water. So moving on.
And I do actually probably need water because I don't drink enough in the morning on Saturdays.
Yeah, I don't either. But here.
The thing is, I get lightheaded if I don't drink enough in the morning on Saturdays.
With my medicine I need to drink.
Yes, you do.
So, okay, not as much as you do, but I do. All right, so moving along, we are going to, let's see, I want to mention again Evan's House, the charity, and our pregnancy center. I'll probably not be mentioning this every week from now on, maybe once or twice a month. But I wanted to
or when we finish something.
or when we
for
finish
us.
something for it or something like that. And thank once again all you who were very, very generous. The donations were absolutely very much appreciated. Okay, so we go through Knitter's Magic, who is Gracie's mom, 62, Laura, for Evan's House, and through us for Pregnancy Center. So, okay, now, our upcoming next month, we're going to be having the cardiac and dysautonomia awareness coming up when everything is finished, and we will also be doing, I think we're still doing the Tours versus Hair with Laura. She probably bought me upside the head because I know we're doing it. So that's coming up. But currently...
Didn't Brittany do it with us last year?
Yeah, she's going to be doing it this year too, I think.
That's the impression I got too.
Yeah. Okay. In other groups, the Yarn and I podcast, now, caveat here, caveat, that right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Depending on what you're saying, because I don't know what you're
caveat is like...
Caveat's
like
it's kind of like, yes, you're going to get this, but...
Yes,
Yeah.
that's not what I wanted to say.
Okay.
What I want to say is... I'm going to be saying these things, but I'm not going to be giving you all the details. We like these
So
podcasts.
not the same kind of but.
Yeah, we like these podcasts, or one or both of us likes the podcast and what's going on there, and we think that you might like it.
Yes, but the reason why she says one or both of us is because I don't watch many podcasts anymore.
And honestly, I don't either. I'm trying to keep up. I'm caught up with all my favorites except Bakery Bears.
Bakery Bears is about the only one I watch anymore. Just because I work very long hours.
And you watch in pieces.
Yes.
I generally listen to most of mine, but I'm a little more up to date. I'm very far behind with Kay and Dan. I love them dearly, so I have to.
I'm far behind, but that's the only one I even remember.
Kay, I'm very excited about your mitered square tutorial because I keep trying it and then I keep ripping it out. So I'm going to try it again.
That is my project that I work on when I just need something comfy.
Yeah.
That's usually my I'm sick project.
So, long intro into this, okay? The other podcasts, we have Cappy, who is the Yarn and I. She, in her group, is doing the I Love Mickey Cal Cal Lau. I think it's actually a make-along, but you have to check her group. And it's pretty much, as it says, anything to do with Disney. Mickey Mouse and I think theme parks and color, anything you can draw into that Disney. And she's tied it in with 5 other groups, and you can look in her group to see who they are. We're one of them. And if you can make the Sparkle Like the Star You Are, or the Autism Awareness, or the Tea and Tails fit into that, she's accepting all that. So as long as it fits the guidelines. And it goes, I think, till November 19th. I think that's Mickey Mouse's
guidelines
birthday.
anyway?
Yes. November 18th. Okay? She's also doing the PHN Tea and Tails with us, but I didn't mention that because we're going to be talking about that later. Crocheting Hoovian podcast, she's doing the Creature Feature Cal Cal Lau with Darkfire Woman. And the rules are in the group for that. She's currently still on farm animals with that, but I think next time along is Wild and Woolly or something like that. So, like wild animals.
I wonder if something like a mammoth would work.
I think that would be more fantastic. Well, it's not a fantastical creature.
No.
It actually existed. So
It
maybe
actually existed.
It might,
and
yeah.
it's wild
Yeah, it
and
might.
woolly.
It might.
Not that I have like a mammoth pattern like just sitting there dying to be made, but it's just something that occurred to me.
Okay, so
And I guess a bunny would fit in there.
yeah, she's still doing her life changes shawl, I believe, and the Whip It good. So that's going on there. The Diary of the Physicist Farm Gal podcast. That's Deborah, and she's doing the Kidder Get Her Done. I Like Big Shawls and I Cannot Lie. The Farmer's Almanac Make Along and Never Have I Ever. And the Creature Feature. I think I got all of them. So she's got a ton of things going on. She has something going on. I think the one for Earth Day might be finished. She's going till her birthday with that. I'm not sure. I have to check and see when her birthday is. And then she might be starting something up after that for her birthday as well.
I need to make sure to start up the jacket, the tattoo, before the end of the years. Even if I don't finish, I can just claim that I'm doing something for Never Have I Ever.
Yes.
Because
You have to watch something first.
Well, I wouldn't put in because I can't, but I would just because in the spirit of.
Yeah. She's funny. I love watching her. She makes me laugh.
Because I like her alongs. They're creative.
They are creative. And
I just can't keep up with other podcasts right now.
Yeah. It's fun. I listen to the things on Space. I think it was just talking about Spaces last time. I remember which podcast I was listening to last. The most recent one. Deborah, I'm sorry about the loss of your little dog. That's sad. But anyway, she's fun to watch, and she does a fairly large. She does her majority of it is knitting, crocheting, crafting, whatever she's doing, and then she does a section on science, and then she does a section on farm, or she flips them around. I forget. So it's a lot of fun. Comforting Crafts Group is B-Wing, who's Brittany, and she's doing...
And just so you're clear, it's Comforting Crafts. Sometimes it sounds like you say some comforting crafts.
Only if you have weird ears. Comforting Crafts, who is B-Wing, B-Wing, who's Brittany, and that is What Are You Reading? 19 Hats, 52 Dishcloths, and Color Work, okay? She is not a podcast group, but she's a lot of fun, and she's one of our moderators, so we highly recommend you go there. Bee's Knees is Studio on Design, who's Vonnie, another one of our moderators. So yes, not a podcaster, but lots of fun. Love Vonnie. In her group, they're doing the 19. Just 19.
Whatever.
19 whatever. So that's cool.
I'll be lucky if I have 19 finished.
Yeah, so will I. Okay. The Never Cast Off podcast group is Deb's Destiny. If you see me looking here down, that's where my notes are. Okay.
And guys, let us know how you like this new... We're bringing it a little bit closer, so it doesn't feel like we're as far away from you, that you may be sitting across the table from us.
Right.
So hopefully you like this new view. I kind of like it.
You have to watch out. She might reach out and smack you one.
I don't smack people.
Really? Is that a fact?
What are you talking about?
Okay. Never Cast Off podcast group is Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie, and Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila, and they're doing Tracking Stash 2019. Okay. And they are a good podcast. I like watching them. They have started podcasting together again, as I've said multiple times, and I always enjoy their interplay. And they're both very creative. Sheila has an Etsy shop for bags, thank God for bags, and Debbie has a Ravelry shop. And I don't know if she just is just under her name. I think it's just under Debbie Hostas.
I'm a bad person to ask Mom.
She's got multiple patterns that are very
I know
nice.
I've picked up... Which one of her shawls did I pick up or was given?
I have several of her things.
Some of them I have one of her shawls.
She's given me several, and I bought several. She's just very talented.
But I'm not as up to date on what she does because I don't watch the podcast.
I'm a little... They haven't podcasted in about 2 weeks, I think, so I haven't... I don't know what's going on over there right now. Because even if I watch the podcast, I'm not always active on the threads like I'd like to be. I just don't have the time. I can't even keep up with my own group's threads, so I don't post too much in other people's threads except to like things.
Right.
Okay, Vanilla Sock Pig is Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. It was good to see you the other day at VKN. I hope you're feeling a little better than you were. She's doing I think the multiple myeloma is done.
Oh, is it?
I think it's done now.
So it was not a year long? No,
it was only going till May something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it was going to the end of May. Now, whether or not she decides to keep it going or not is another thing. I don't know. So she, I guess, she's going to be doing she's doing the autism awareness with us, so she's still, just check her out. She's a lot of fun. I love her podcast, and I look forward to seeing her when she feels well enough to podcast again. Mm-hmm. She's the one that I told her about this jacket, this tattoo, because I said, Stephanie, this is Stephanie. I saw that, and I said, Talia, Stephanie. That's
Mom sent, where you can share a pattern page with somebody without necessarily buying it. This is good for like free patterns, or just if you're not really sure someone will like it but you want to share it with them.
Looks like a little triangle or something.
Yeah, it says like, what does it say, share pattern or
something like that. Yeah.
So Mom did that for Stephanie, and I shared it with Dan because he's I think that would be, he likes double knitting, and I thought that might be kind of his alley.
Well, that would certainly be challenging him.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a challenge for me. I've never knit flat. I mean, knit flat, but never knit color work flat. The same person I learned to do the there's a cast on in color work. I did it for one of the hats that I knit, where it's a 2-color cast on.
Right, I remember that. Yeah.
The same person who did the video that taught me how to do that does the videos for stranded knitting flat. And I obviously learned how to do the other thing from her, so I'm really glad that I found her video. So I just saved that list.
Okay, the next one is Undead Yarn, who is Heidi, Knitty Girl. Thank you for the shout out, Heidi, at the end of your podcast.
Thank you, Heidi.
That was very sweet. Heidi is a fun podcast to watch, and she's going to a fiber festival in Houston. So if you're going to the Houston Fiber Festival, you might want to look her up.
I saw one of her yarns. It fell off my shelf.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
It's a grayish.
Yeah, I saw it.
I'm sitting there like, that would be good for color work.
I'm like, I'm just gonna pick it up. She'll never know it's gone.
So I'm sitting. It's sitting. I see what weight it is. I think it might be a worsted.
It might be. It looked a little heavier. I thought maybe it was a DK, but it might
It's
be a
either
worsted.
DK or worsted. So I'd have to sit and because that's a good color.
I didn't look at it closely because
You know that would be pretty. That color as even a
Bunny?
background color, with like a red
turtle.
On top of it for the color work.
Make a turtle with red and black and.
Why would I do that?
Cause tortoise versus hare. Laura, I can't wait to. Never mind, I don't want to say that. I don't know if that's going to be a surprise. So I can't say that. Anyway, what was I saying?
We were talking about Heidi.
Heidi. Yes. Thank you very much, Heidi. We appreciate it. Check her out if you're going to the Houston Fiber Festival. I have no idea when the dates are, but you can check it out on her podcast.
It might be pretty with the pale man that's in my cart or queue or whatever.
Yeah, that would be a nice contrast. She's got a finish or frogget going on, and she has the thread with her finished objects with her yarn in it. So she's got a couple things going on, and she's really getting busy dyeing. She's not working. She's not.
Isn't she on summer break?
She's on summer break. That's exactly what I was going to say. She's on summer break, but I'm sure she's going to get busy with the dyeing for the Houston Fiber Festival. I don't know if she's doing one in Dallas or not. I think she's going to be staying closer to home this year, but I might be wrong. You have to check it out and see. But she has a lot of stuff. Okay, now moving into ours, we have the PHN Tea and Tails, Cal Lao, and that is all year. Our co-host is the lovely Cappy, and this is anything related to tea and or tales, and we mean fictional tales. Okay, and as always, if you are unsure, then you can ask us, or you can go to Goodreads or Amazon and see what they list the book as. Okay, it has to be a novel, a chapter book, novelization, children's book with fictional. Okay. Let's see. 1 whip per project per week. Whips will be allowed, of course. Previous whips. Chatter and pictures are all in the same thread. And our featured patterns and yarns. The yarns are my yarns and Cappy's yarns, as long as they are, if that's going to be your featured thing, anything that's related to tea and or tales. The designs are Franciscan Gypsy Designs FOs, my shawl pattern, Cappy's shawl pattern, Joanna Johnson's patterns, Renee's patterns, Mom Cook. Those are loom knit. Crochet and Hoovian, those are knit and crochet. Joanna Johnson is knit. My pattern is knit. Taya's are knit and crochet, but mostly crochet.
Yeah.
Any of those patterns related to tea and or tails are eligible to 2 chances at a prize for the FO. And if you use one of those featured patterns with a featured yarn, then you get 3 chances at a prize. Okay? So that means my shawl or any of those other patterns with my yarn or Cappy's yarn will get you 3 chances at a prize. But you are responsible for your own multiple postings. I'm really grateful for the people who remember to do that, because I want you guys to get all the chances at the prizes that you can, and I don't want to be responsible for that, because I feel bad if you don't get it. Okay? Let's see. Oh, I forgot the featured patterns by Vonnie. That also is the featured pattern. Okay, and this quarter's package, this prize package is for one winner, the Plum Deluxe Purple package, and that has to go to the States, unfortunately. Okay, because they don't send to outside the United States. And then Mom Cook's patterns, one of her patterns is going to the second winner, and that is several loom knit patterns she has to offer, or a knitted pattern. Okay, so one pattern to the winner. Okay, she's been very generous with her patterns. Okay, let me see here. Autism awareness is almost over. We have about 3 weeks as we are recording left. It's so much fun to see them, and I'm grateful to my other moderators who said to me, don't try to go backwards and answer anything, just answer wherever you're at, you know, the last ones or whatever, because it's really hard for me to keep up, but I love everything I see. It's
I do like seeing when I start choosing, because I choose one picture from each thread. It works out really nicely, actually, that we have 3 alongs going on once, because it's just like, oh, I choose one picture for this thread, one picture for that thread, and one picture from that thread, and there's our intro pictures.
Yes. And it's just kind of a random thing.
Yeah.
But I do want everybody to know, including the prayer chain thread, I may not be there to read them. I always mention in my rosary and in my prayers the people on my Ravelry prayer chain list. So even though I don't know what it is, because I have 3 or 4 prayer chains going, and so it's very difficult for me to keep up and say anything, I do pray for all of you. Okay? And if you are happy about something, then I'm praying in thanksgiving for you too. Okay? Anyway, that's a long intro for the autism awareness.
Part of that didn't have anything to do with autism awareness.
No, so the tag for that is PHN. Oh, I keep forgetting to do this for the Tea and Tails. Check out the dedicated thread for Cappy's discounts. Okay, because Cappy has given us some wonderful discounts for her shawl kit, her Tea and Tails shawl kit that has the yarn and the pattern, and just her shop alone in our group. Okay, that's why I don't mention the codes on the Ravelry group, because on the podcast, because it's for the Ravelry group. Okay, now for the autism awareness, the tag is PHN 2019 on Ravelry, and hashtag PHN. I'm sorry, it's PHN AA 2019 and hashtag PHN AA 2019 on Instagram. Okay, this is basically the same as we always have, except that it's bright colors. It should be at least 3/4 bright colors, and if you get the sparkling, that's good too. You know, so you can double dip with the sparkle like the star you are. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if there's anything that is different here. Any brightly colored Lady Fernico yarns is eligible for 2 chances at a prize, especially that makes me happy, and that, you know, the ones that go with it. But it's all, you know, double a chance for Lady Fernico Creations bright yarn. The patterns, as always, you know, Taya's patterns, Laura's patterns, and Laura, I mean crocheting Hoovian. I'm looking for a pattern. I know that we have it from Mom Cook. We have 2 limited patterns. One is the Sunlight Cowl, and the other one is the Jack Be Nimble, I think. And then we have one by Miss World. That is the weighted lap gan and bear pattern.
It's a double pattern you put together.
Yes, and so if you do it singly or doubly, it doesn't matter. However you do it, it's for the FO, it's a double chance at a prize. She's always very, very generous with us. Also. And if I missed anything, the people who've donated prizes and the patterns that are featured and the yarns that are featured are all on the thread, okay? Let's see. I'm not going to go through the prizes because I did that last week. Except I do want to reiterate that the code for Miss World's pattern, her weighted lapgan and bear, let's see, and I think it might be for her other patterns too, is different, all caps, okay? And that gives you a discount. Alright. Very, very generous.
I wonder if do we remember to put up the sign for the podcast?
Yes.
Oh, good, because I forgot.
Okay, so here, now I found all the featured stuff. Oh, I got them all. Cool.
Good job, Mom.
Yay. Alright. Now, Sparkle Like the Star You Are also ends at the end of this month. Okay, and I love seeing all the sparkle. Sue, I love the way your Midnight Skies turned out in the sparkle in my shawl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Now,
I'll keep my eyes open. I haven't seen it yet.
Thank you for posting it 3 times. I almost got ahead of myself. It's not the right yarn. I almost thought she had 4 chances at a prize, but she has 3 because it wasn't the Follow Your Star with sparkles. You know,
right.
Okay, so sparkle yarn, all the same rules except sparkly yarn. You get, let's see here. This one I have to read. Okay, it's PHN Sparkle 2019 on Ravelry, PHN Sparkle 2019 with the hashtag on Instagram. The featured yarns, Lady Vertigo Creation Sparkle Yarn, 2 chance at a prize for the FO, 3 chance at a prize for the FO using the Follow Your Star Sparkle Yarn, and if you use the Follow Your Star Sparkle Yarn with the featured pattern, which is mine or Talia's, then you get 4 chances at a prize. And I think I love the fact that you guys have 4 chances at a prize. That makes me happy. So
makes you happy, huh?
Makes me happy. Okay. And that's it for that one. Prizes. The coupon code for the 20% off for PHNers is still in the group. Okay, that goes into the end of this along, and then it goes away. So if you want 20% off yarn, especially since my prices are going to go up just a little bit because of the price hikes that I never really adjusted for, you might want to use that 20% coupon while the prices. I'm not going to change the prices of what's in the shop already. It's going to start with my next update. Mm-hmm. So if you want to get something with a 20% off with the yarn at the prices that they are currently, this is the time to do it. The next 3 weeks. No pressure. I'm just letting you know, so you have the opportunity to do that. Okay. All right. Let me see here. All right. I guess we're into rough drafts.
Yay!
How many do you have?
I have 5.
I have 7, which means I start. Okay.
Yeah, we at first thought I would have more than Mom, but it didn't happen.
Well, I thought I was going to have more, or at least more done. I thought I was going to have a finished object, but time kind of got away from me, and then it started getting weathery, and things like that. And my husband wanted me to do things with him. Go figure. I mean, how dare you, right? So I'm very blessed. So anyway, this is it? No, this isn't what I wanted to show. Not yet. This one. In my Miss Babs bag, my Owls on a Blue Field bag, is my Follow Your Dream. And I didn't do too much on this. I think I did 1 row because I need to weigh it to make sure that I shouldn't be starting the ribbing. But, so it hasn't grown a whole lot, but I did work on it, so you're getting to see it.
Yay!
I love this colorway. It's so pretty.
I think you're holding upside down.
I am, but I don't care.
There we go. That's right side up.
It doesn't have a right side garter stitch.
But it does have a direction it's the right way.
Don't care.
I mean, you're not going to be wearing the point to your neck.
Tell it to the hand.
Wow.
Tell it to the
Hi,
hand.
Okay. Nope, you can't have this back.
Do you want me to go on, or do you want to talk next?
Please? Can you say please?
I'll give you a poke your eyes out.
Wow. Who taught you manners?
It worked.
Only because I was nice.
Okay, so that's this. And my thumb was hurting, so I had to get out of there. Okay, that's this one.
I didn't have your thumb.
No, but when you were pushing against my hand a little bit, it just hurts sometimes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I had mostly your fingers.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's the spur itself, It's just the way it is. Not a problem. As long as I can work through it, it's okay. All right, my next one.
More, yeah.
Yeah, my next one is in my Kiki Boo Bags Holiday Owls bag. And this is my baby hat that by rights should have been done a long time ago, but oops, it's a bunny. Valeria, I hope you have something suitably delicious to drink.
Oops,
okay.
Funny.
I don't know, I'm kind of tangled up here. This is a Cindy Wood loom that I think Laura Concert gave to me because she gave me a bunch of these when I was starting looming. It was very nice of her. And you can see it's grown a little bit, not a whole lot from last week, but it's growing. I just haven't wanted to work on the hats right now.
You work on what you want to work on.
Yeah, that's what I have to do because my hands don't allow me to do otherwise. So I have a couple things that are really close to being finished, so this has kind of gone by the wayside. But there it is, and you've seen this color multiple times. It's the.
But you've done other ones.
I've done several in this. This is the I love this yarn print in the sherbet stripe colorway, and this will be for charity. So It'll probably go to the pregnancy center, or unless it's too big, it'll go to the Evans house.
Right. I mean, even though I know that pregnancy center does accommodate
Yeah, and
some of the older
we
kids.
do send some over there.
But we're trying to, since we have 2 places we give to now, we're trying to make sure both get taken care of. So let me go ahead and pull out my next project.
Boy, those blankets were so much appreciated by the pregnancy center.
I'm sure because they
Wow,
they had a call out for.
Yeah, her face lit up. I mean, she said, "You sure you don't want something?" I said, "Who am I going to give it to?" You know? I mean, we got our viewers are just all over the place, and she's like, "Oh, well, just make sure you thank them." So you know, they were so appreciated, both by Evans House representatives and the pregnancy center. Go ahead, it's your turn.
Yes, it is. Sorry, I had to make sure. There we go. So yeah, thank you guys. They really appreciated everything. Okay, good. So my first one, I don't work very much on this one. This is in my Star Knits bag, and I do use this more than I thought I would, simply because one of the things I like about it is this little D-ring here. It hooks nicely onto my work bag, so if I have usually it's in the 4.5 minutes it takes my food to heat up. I'll get like a row maybe, or a half a row. That's the only time I get to knit on this.
What's in it?
This is Davina's Diana's hat.
All right.
And the designer's Joanna Johnson. And obviously my brain fog's not as bad today because I actually remember Joanna Johnson's name.
You should remember her name.
Well, I think I was having really bad brain fog for a couple weeks. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. And this is Lemonade Shop. And I know the colorway is something with rainbows. Rainbow Dream. But these are definitely not my colors at all. I just liked the way it worked up. But like I liked it in the shop. Every once in a while I'll like something in the shop and I'll be like, there's no way I would ever, you know, wear it. Because it's just not my colors. But it's very much Davina's colors. This did get worked on some... No, this is at the doctor's office, but that was last week. So.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, so there's just a little bit of work this week. Maybe a row, maybe 2. What I could eke out when I was microwaving my food.
Okay, now we're one-on-one. In my Stitched by Mimi, Sandy, look.
What would be one-on-one?
We're doing one-on-one now. Because I only had 7.
So how many do you have left right now?
4. 1, 2, 5.
So you still get 2?
No, I just be the last one.
Oh, okay.
How many do you have? 3 or 4?
3.
Oh, okay, then I will do 2.
Oh, hang on. Let me see. 4. I'm sorry.
Okay. This in my Stitched by Mimi teacups bag is my bonfire, and this one I think I did maybe 1 or 2 rows on, because this takes a while for me to get through a row because it's getting very big. But I really love this shawl. It has nothing. This is by K.F. Jones, and it's nothing to do with Kay or her pattern. Her patterns are phenomenal. It's just that I can only do a little bit at a time.
Well, it's starting to get longer.
It's very, very long. I'm almost done with the first ball of yarn. As you can see, this is just going to be a very nice size shawl. And Taya says she's pretty sure she broke into the second skein. So this is what I have left. Whoops. This is what I have left. I'm hoping that next week I will be on the other skein or maybe even on the contrast color. So this is the other skein. Already caked up. It's been caked up forever. And then this is the contrast for the edging. So I'll put that in here. And it's really, this is one of those things that I can just sit there, once I know what I'm working on, what row or what repeat I'm working on, pattern repeat I'm working on, then I can just kind of do it whenever, because it's not overly complicated. It's the placement of the stitches in terms of what rows you're doing that makes the pattern so pretty. So I don't have to worry about like lace or anything like that. It's just pretty because of where the knits are opposed to the purls.
Right.
So it's very nice. I think this was one of her first shawl patterns, wasn't it?
I think it might have been.
What did I do with my... There it is. Okay. So, and I'm using Miss Babs Yowza and Chow Gu red lace, which is pretty much par for the course.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
I guess it's my turn. Because the mom person always goes last.
I don't always go last.
The mom person always goes last.
Well, if I have more projects, that's what
Always goes last. Yep. So, in my Silvershed USA...
It's the only way the tortoises will go last.
PHN bag, ignoring you.
Laura got it.
Ignored you.
Laura got it.
Ignored you. Because you're mean.
Not in fact.
To bunnies.
I only tell the truth. We saw the cutest. We were walking. Yesterday, my husband and I were walking. The only time I'm not walking with Talia and, or with Davina, we're walking and there's a little tortoise this big, about this big, and it had the actual, like, tortoise shell coloring, you know, when you see tiger's eye or something, it was that color. Beautiful markings. Absolutely. I don't know where it came from. I guess it could have come from the stream, but it was awfully far away. We live about maybe half a mile from a creek type of thing, you know, an offshoot of the Shenandoah River, I guess. And the Shenandoah River's got to be, you know, 3 or 4 miles. And this little tortoise, I'm wondering if somebody had a tortoise pet, but,
yeah.
you know, and it just... And then a little further along, we saw a little, just barely juvenile bunny. But the tortoise was at the finish line first. And then we saw a buzzard, because we live in a rural area, not like Packing Knits where you can hear... I was listening to Packing Knits, and listening to her podcast, she's podcasting outside, sounds like she's in a jungle. because the peacocks make all this noise, sound like monkeys. So, but anyway, I just wanted to tell you that, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You did it on purpose.
I did. Sorry, not sorry?
Yeah. So I'm just going to use this opportunity to...
Well, you should have done that while I was talking, not while you're done
I know.
talking.
I thought about that, and then I didn't.
Because you're rude.
I'm not.
Rude, child.
Not.
We should call this Tangents.
Because we've never had tangential podcast before.
No, have we used that title before?
I'm sure we have.
We'll call it More Tangents.
So, even tangential I don't think we've used before.
I'll put that in.
Okay, so, I did not actually use my clipper thingy.
Is that a technical term?
Yes.
Ah.
So, in my Silvershed USA PHM bag, now that we're back on me,
Because it's all about her.
is another Joanna Johnson pattern. This is Anne Sweater.
That's very pretty.
And this is, I call this project Anne's Midnight Romance because the colorway is Midnight Romance. I can't get this yarn anymore. It's alpaca.
I'm glad you found it. Don't put that near Laura. She can't have it.
Yeah.
She would be uncomfortable.
Yeah. So.
Isn't that pretty?
It sparkles.
Sparkle, sparkle.
So it's growing slowly but surely. I work a little bit on it every day. I do about a row a day on this. About to go to another decrease round.
Cool.
So right now it's kind of like a vest. Like
a bolero.
A booze vest.
Yeah, a bolero.
A booze vest.
That's what it is, a bolero.
It's a booze vest.
Bolero. Okay.
So, yes.
Baloo. A boo.
A boo, that's what I said.
I was going to say, Baloo's a bear.
Clean out the ears.
No, I have to do that at the doctor's office. I can't do that. That'll be gross.
A booze vest. So, yes. I do love this. This will be very nice tone. What?
Oh, here it is. Because somebody took all my bags out of order.
I was trying to make the couch.
Well, you should have made it earlier.
I was talking to you.
I was in the shower.
I was getting the rest of the stuff ready. Ow!
Look.
And I actually made it before you got in the shower.
All right, my turn. In my Anne bag, your bag, because, you know, I know you guys, I keep telling you this, but if you're new, this looks like a Winnie the Pooh bag, but when she asked me what character I wanted favorite on it, I said Eeyore. And there we get Eeyore. Eeyore. I love the vintage kind of
I know, I was
feel of
just
this.
thinking that. It has a very vintagey feel.
I just love this bag. I mean, I love Eeyore. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and all that, they're fine, but I love Eeyore. And in this...
We need to make sure to compliment Davina. She's doing the dishwasher right now.
Yeah, I know. This is The Easy A by Laura Smoot. And I should have had this done ages ago, but I like working on this. I need to take this stitch marker off so it doesn't pull things. But this probably looks a little different from those who have done, because I did some extra rows because I wasn't paying attention. Well, it wasn't so much that I wasn't paying attention as I didn't understand what I was reading. I have a really hard time with patterns if they're not written just so. And this has nothing to do with the way Laura wrote the pattern. It's very clear. Once I looked at it, I said, of course she meant that. So because I had so many here, I just doubled the lace, and now I'm back on pattern. So it's very pretty, and it's upside down. It's like this.
You do tend to do that.
Well, it's because I can hold on to the cord. So I'm looking forward to doing this. This is a fun knit. This is another one. Just like it says Easy A, it's easy. And I like it because once I'm aware of what I'm doing, it's pretty much a mindless kind of, I can sit there and do it. I just have to remember to check off my rows and know what I'm doing. So this is a lot of fun. And that's also in Yowza, because I tend to use a lot of that if I'm not using my own yarn or something like that. So
I guess it's me again.
You are in fact correct.
I am very correct. And I just totally use this as a chance to get to the middle of my row. In my stay,
You're knocking down my stuff.
They attacked me.
Only because you're mean and nasty.
Attacking out.
My
Stay.
elves will attack.
I don't want to stay anywhere.
Mad at you. Maybe if Robin stands up. There.
Tim.
Drake.
So, in my Silver Shed USA books bag, this is Alternate Spring Hearts, and this is the Off With Their Heads pattern by Faye Kennington, apparently. And this is using shepherd's wool. It's got blue, yellow, and pink. So you'll remember that I did the other version, and Davina actually has that hat. I have not yet seen her wear it, but it is a bit warm still.
Yeah.
But I did tell her if she doesn't.
Well, it's too hot for that hat. It
Yeah.
really is. I mean, we're getting the 80s.
And it's
70s,
not a
80s.
lightweight hat.
Yeah.
But if she doesn't wear it during the winter, it's going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because,
You just have to rewash it.
yeah. But if she doesn't wear it, it doesn't need to be rewashed.
Yeah.
But she's already been informed that, if she decides it's not fashionable enough afterwards, she doesn't need to have it. But I think that the yellow will be better than the, because it's popping up more than the blue and pink did. It's still more subtle than I like, for whatever reason, but it pops a little bit more.
It's very pretty.
It is pretty. Like I said, it's not my preferred because I feel like it's not quite as poppy, but it's poppier than the
I
previous
wonder
one.
if the yellow and the blue would have popped better.
I wondered that too. But when I took a black and white picture, this was the most contrast. So who knows? I'm not going to redo it a third time with the yellow and blue.
You won't have enough anyway.
Actually, I could possibly.
Really?
Oh, I still have a decent amount of blue left.
Okay.
When you have color work, you can really do a hat multiple times if you wanted to.
Okay, my next one is in normally my Valeria bag, but right now it's in my Turbo Knitter 64 bag. Kenneth, I hope you're feeling better. You are in our prayers. I know he's not really active on Ravelry right now, but he might see the tag.
Yeah.
This is my Lala Simple Shawl. I call it the On Cloud 9, and I'm not too far. This is what I wanted to work. I was hoping to have this finished, but I have this much yarn left, and kind of bunched up on my needles. And I thank you, Lorraine, I think it was, who said she loves seeing this shawl all the time. I've had a couple of compliments on it. Thank you very much. It's very...
You have it backwards. You're looking at the front end.
Yeah. Okay, so...
There we go. Now they can see how pretty it is.
And it's bunched up on, so you can't see the bottom.
But look at that. That is very pretty.
I'm looking forward to having this.
Now, whose fault is this shawl? Let's give credit where credit is due.
This is Heidi's fault.
Yes.
It's Knitty Girl's fault. She can take the hit.
Yes.
I blame her for lots of things, like getting involved in dyeing, and, you know, that's just Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's special. And she did it in this color, too.
Right. Well, that's what made both of us want to knit this shawl. Now, I ended up giving mine to Mom just because it's not a shape I usually like wearing.
No, you did wear it a lot.
I wore it a fair amount because it was the only blue shawl I had for a while. Once I got my other blue shawl, I gave it to you.
Blue shawl.
The forest floor.
Forest floor, yeah. So this is a fun knit, and the only reason it hasn't gotten done is because I've been, working along with my hands, which, they are, they're, with the medicine I'm on, I can work a little better. I can work more things. As someone noticed, I think it was Sue noticed, that I'm doing more projects. I am doing more projects. I just can't do a whole lot of one thing normally.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'll take that for now. That's fine. I can,
right.
As long as I can work things. And I know that if it's going to be bad weather, sometimes I might not be able to work. And
right.
that's okay too, because what I have in my hands, I have arthritis, and then I have a bone spur, and maybe some tendonitis possibly, but I have a bone spur in my thumb, and that's where the pain comes in that I can't get rid of with the meds. It does ease up though. So that's all you need to know about that, I guess. It's boring. So
I like health stuff.
Well, I don't want to bore people with my own stuff. Go ahead, your turn.
Ah!
Remember?
No, it was like this.
And that's a reference for all you comic geeks out there who watched.
It wasn't even comic. I mean, it was originally a comic.
Cartoon. It's cartoon. It's TMNT comic.
The most recent one. But before I go into my next project, I did want to mention my shawl's all the way over there. But someone was asking about Allie.
It was Allie.
Allie was asking about what shawl I wore last week. Unfortunately, I don't know the pattern name. Laura Smoot knit that for me. I had just stopped working.
Yeah.
It
was a pick-me-up.
It was a pick-me-up. I was in a really bad place.
It was a really sweet thing.
Yes, and that's my comfort shawl. I actually do wear it with outfits because it does go with a couple of my outfits as well. Mm-hmm. But usually that's what I wear around the house when I'm chilly. And it's a pick-me-up.
And to get it like that, you'd have to talk to her or check her project page because she made adjustments to it.
Yes. And
it's a beautiful shawl.
And I love the length of it and everything. It's it's one of my favorite shawls I own. So
yeah. So thank you for asking. And if you have questions about it, contact Laura Smoot.
Mm-hmm.
She's spinning Laura on Ravelry.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't tell you the pattern name because I don't know. I didn't knit it.
Mm-hmm. I know she wrote to me, but I can't remember where I put the. It's probably my Ravelry.
Yeah, because it's not one that's available on Ravelry.
No, it's in a magazine.
You have to get a magazine
or a book or something.
So
is it your turn?
It is my turn. I'm just getting to the end of. I want to not lose my marker because, strangely enough, that's upsets me.
You're doing more than just enough to not lose your marker.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my...
Give a mouse a cookie and she'll want a glass of milk.
You see, this is what I was talking about for the name of my bad ones.
Mm-hmm. Well, then you just replace it.
What happened was, and has happened with my happened with my other one, the bead came off, and I tried tying it, and then instead it came off completely.
Mm-hmm. Well, just, I'm sure they can put something else in there.
Yeah.
Even if we buy a cord or something.
But this is just the receptacle. It's carrying my other yarns because...
And Lois made us that for one of our autism awareness, one of our first ones.
But this one is my Silver Shed USA.
I did say Lois, right? I did say Laura. Did I say Lois?
You said Lois.
Okay.
Like Lois Lane. But Lois Lane does not sew. I have a feeling she doesn't know how.
Because she doesn't know how to cook.
I was going to say she doesn't know how to cook. I think Clark must cook in that house.
I don't know.
Or they eat out an awful lot.
I think Clark probably knows how to cook.
I have a feeling he does too.
Yeah. He just seems to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, Bruce would not know how to cook.
No,
No, he doesn't know how to cook. He knows how to make drinks.
I think that he would know how to do it wouldn't taste good necessarily.
He knows basic survival stuff.
Exactly. It wouldn't be tasty because that's what Alfred's for.
Sorry.
Sorry. Wow, we just went off in the... Oops. Anyway.
We have to stay hydrated.
First liter down. Second liter.
I was talking to Agatha about the tea being gone. She just kind of laughed at me. And I'm sorry, I don't know Agatha's Ravelry name, so...
Whoops! It's a bunny. Ah, I did it again!
If I say, oops, I did it again, we have to do it again.
Mom!
Are you refilling your glass, Valeria?
This one Actually, you know what you might call this podcast?
No.
No?
No. Well, you figure it out. Maybe if you can put tangents in there with it somehow.
Tangential oops?
Maybe. Just do your stuff.
I'm just marking my fluid so I don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was Fido. There we go. Okay, so anyway, 20 tangents later, my Silver Shed USA Christmas peanuts bag. This is my Christmas stocking. This will always have a Christmas stocking in it. Even if I, make enough for all of the family and then I start making them for table. For our, church bazaar thing. So, it got a little bit of work on it.
Very nice.
This part is a very subtle color work, but that's what it was, I think, in the original one, too. It was very subtle.
You can almost, it's hard to see.
In person, you can actually see it better than you can on the camera.
Well, it looks almost like it's a, well, okay, now you can see it. It almost looks like stripes, vertical stripes.
But when you see it, it doesn't show up well on the camera, but in person, you can actually see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the red and the white. This one's really pretty here. This,
we always like that combination.
What, the yellow and green?
Yeah.
I forget what the gold color is. But the green, this green here is Joshua Tree. And this one here, this other green is Black Forest. Mm-hmm. The red is, what's it called? It's, the one I almost made the sweater out of.
Airport hot sauce.
Airport hot sauce. The white is not quite a pug.
Yeah, it's not really white.
No, it's not really white. And the yellow, I can't remember. I think it was something random from Stash. It was actually an orangey yellow.
It doesn't look orangey now, though.
No, it doesn't. I think it's just because of what it's against.
Yeah.
Well, we had that happen with one of my On the Forest Floors, where it looked different from... I think it was a yellow that looked different.
I think it was a red.
It might have been the red. That looked different from two different projects. But, yes, it's got a little bit of work on it. I can't work on this if I'm distracted. This pattern is Ho 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 by General...
Hoffenbuffer or something.
Hold on. I'm in my Kindle right now from a different chart, so hold on. It's Ho 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 for General Hogbuffer.
That was close.
And it's a free pattern. At least when I picked it up, it was free. I'm sure it's still free.
But it amazes me that people put this much work into things and they're free.
Yeah. So this is where I'm at the... So I finished this top section here. And as you can see, actually, her colors are just as subtle up here.
Mm-hmm.
And except I didn't have the dark red. I just went with the gold instead of the dark red. Now, I'm in the middle section with the deer, the stag.
Stag, yes.
It makes me think of a very Arthurian. What's that one?
Wolf Hunt.
It's a white stag. Yeah, it's the story that's called the White Stag, because that's the one. I think that was not Galahad. It was Gawain, who I believe went on the
I don't remember.
hunt of the White Stag, but I might be wrong because I've read some actual Arthurian legends, but I've also read the books by I can't remember the author's name. He writes young adult books, but the way he writes up the legends are very well done. And I just can't remember.
Yeah, you gave me one to read. I haven't read it yet.
It's The Squire's Tale is one.
I need to pick this up on Kindle, because if it's not on Kindle, I don't have time to read sometimes unless I'm
and
in bed.
I have them on Kindle.
I have to get them on Kindle. So
let's see.
yeah, that on beta.
The Squire's Tale. I can't remember the author's name, but
I have it over there. I think I have one of yours still.
You might have Squire's Tale, because I would have started you with the first one. And some of them start feeling a little bit the same, but I have like 2 or 3 that are my favorites.
Right.
The original one with Gawain is one of my favorites. That's Squire's Tale. And then the one with Dunedain. It's apparently he's someone who only shows up very briefly in Arthurian legend, and he gave him his own book.
Oh, that's fun.
Which was really nice. I enjoyed it.
Well, there's a lot more scope for imagination with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just, you don't have all this extra baggage to work with.
Yeah, it was very interesting. But if you look up the Squire's Tale, you should be able to find the author and the rest of his books. But anyway, that was a tangent. So this is going to be very pretty when it's done. This one's for me. Davina has already determined that she wants a silver and blue one. If she still wants that when I'm done with this one, but she doesn't want this particular stocking, I'm going to find one that's really classy for her then, because the color she's chosen is very white Christmas. So I need to grab something with snowflakes and things like that on it for hers. And I want to have a sparkle in the silver, I think.
You can do that.
Because I feel like that would work really well.
Technically, that's not Quicksilver. Technically, the way I do that, it's Silver Bells.
That would probably be better.
Yeah. I mean, it's done a little bit differently than Quicksilver, but...
Yeah, that would probably be better, honestly, because we don't want something that's too dark.
Yeah.
That would ruin the look. But yeah, tangent, but that's this. This only got a little bit of time. Oh, why I was saying, we'll work at this a little bit of time. The way that she writes the pattern, or he, I don't know if General Hogbuffer is male or female. First of all, very fun written pattern. The way it's very, it feels like that they're talking to you. But the chart is not numbered. So it can make it, you have to read your knitting to see where you are in the chart. So I do have that as a little bit of a beef. And then something that's a little bit rare for most colorwork things I've noticed, it doesn't have repeats. It is one round is the entire chart. So it means that you are you really want to finish your round in one sitting, because otherwise you might get lost at where you are. So that's my only 2 beefs. I will love this when it turns out, but it can be a little bit, I pretty much have to knit on this when I'm able to focus on it, when there's no distractions. I can't knit on this during the podcast like I can some of my ones by Faye Kennington. So it's a good pattern. It's a free pattern. We'll really love the finished project, but just those are a couple of notes that I wanted to mention in regards to this pattern.
Okay, in my Knitting's My Bag, French Lady's Bag, but you can hardly see the tea stain on it anymore because it's right here.
Yeah, you can hardly see that.
I love this bag. I got this because I needed a bag and I didn't see anything that I really jumped out at me at that particular point on her offerings.
And it's one of your favorite bags.
It's one of my favorite bags, especially for this size project. This is a baby sweater, the Elora Dannon from the In Threes Baby Cardigan by Kelly Herdrich. And I'm using US 8s here, and the yarn is, I love this yarn. Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn print in the colorway Sea Spray. And I think we determined that this is the top. And the stitch markers are by Cappy's mom.
Yeah, I think that is the top.
The turtle.
Can
you see the turtles? I can't really see.
I had to stop using the turtles in color work because
they weighed it down a little bit.
Well, it's not just they weighed it down. We're getting caught.
Right. And I have to replace these with other stitch markers because I'm afraid they're going to come loose. But I think I'm starting to go into the body of it now. I'm going to be probably separating for sleeves pretty soon. And it's a cap sleeve, so it's not like, it's not like, oh, I'm doing a major thing here, I'm learning sleeves. No, I'm just doing the cap sleeves like the other one I did. I'm hoping to do the sleeves eventually. I have a whole bunch of short sleeve adult sweaters I want to try, but maybe I'll try a baby sweater first. It's actual sleeves. Because I want to do some summer tops. Because I have these beautiful skirts that can go all year round, and I have the sweaters for them, but I don't have any, I like the tops that have the sleeves up to about your elbow, and I don't have any tops like that. So I'm looking to make some of those maybe. But this is really a lot of fun. It's a nice knit. Talia got me back on track, so I'm working on it.
I will take credit for that, although I have absolutely no remembrance.
But I have to pay attention to what I'm doing. Otherwise, I get lost easily in the pattern. It's not a difficult pattern. It's just kind of densely written.
Oh, okay.
And so, it's scrunched together. And
right.
Talia knows I will make her, when she does her patterns, I want it all.
The way my patterns are written, for those of you who have done my patterns, is because of Mom. Because she whined at me and said I needed to.
I do not, in fact, whine.
Just a little bit.
Do not, in fact, whine. No more than you do when you want. when you want my colorways that I'm not inclined to give to right away. Your turn.
Okay, so my last project. This is Cathedral Grove. And this is not Joanne Johnson. This is Cathedral Grove by Faye Kennington. So this is also shepherd's wool, roasted pumpkin, green, and the yellow is some sort of sun. No, this is buttercup.
Yes, it's not sun. Anything.
It's buttercup.
Buttercup. My little buttercup. My little buttercup. Two songs for Buttercup. And that movie, oh my gosh. That's a reference.
But yes, this also showcases the stitch markers. I picked up some ring stitch markers for my repeats because it does not obscure my pattern then that I'm making. And also, I was having trouble finding enough similar stitch markers for my repeats. And since I do a lot of color work and a lot of things with repeats, it was kind of important. So when I last saw you guys, I wasn't even in the color work section yet.
Did a lot of work on that.
So this got a lot of work. This was my evening knitting when I came home from work. Because I was coming home so late, I wasn't even coming home in time to do walks a lot of times. So this is what I would knit on before bed, just as a wind me down.
Not mine, it's yours.
What?
That pink.
Okay. So that's true. I really love how this green is popping up against yellow.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
I am so happy with that. Because I was very disappointed.
It would look really pretty with a burnt orange under there.
I think it might not be enough contrast.
On the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it would.
I took a picture in the black and
I'm
white.
not talking about this. I'm talking about right here.
Oh, the burnt orange.
The ribbing.
You like the burnt orange? Is that what you're saying?
No, this is burnt pumpkin, roasted pumpkin.
Oh.
A burnt orange would
Oh, I
here.
see what you're saying. Yes, I misunderstood. Yes. But yeah, I'm really happy with the contrast with this. I did the black and white picture before I did my color choices of what would go where. And it was very obvious it needed to be the way it was when I did black and white.
This would be cool with black and white and red.
Yes, that would be very awesome. Very awesome. Oh, I might have to do that.
My job here is finished.
Oh,
Do you
I
need
will.
yarn?
I'll have to check and see. I might have to do that when I'm done with this one. Because that would be so awesome.
It would be very retro.
It'd be very in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't have... Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I may or may not keep this when it's done. I am also in the process of making things that might go on our table for the church bazaar.
Yeah, see, I'll just pull from my shop for that. For that, and then go from there.
Because I have at least one or two other things that can go on there. And then what doesn't sell can go to Evan's house. But they'd asked where we were last year.
Yes, they did.
So.
And Davina wants to put jewelry on the table, so.
Yes. She actually did better than we did.
Not me.
Well, she did better than I did. I ended up selling things for like half their value.
So did I. Because, you know, I don't want to say that they're not crafters with a capital C. That's not true necessarily. But it's a church thing and they don't necessarily want to spend that much money.
Right. But very happy with this. I would have no idea what to charge for something like this.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that I just want to knit.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I'm still actively working on this. So
And when we're doing stuff at the bazaar, since we don't normally take any money back, except maybe what we put in terms of buying the yarn, maybe possibly. If that, we maybe take a percentage of that. Most of it goes to the pregnancy center or whatever. So
right.
It's not like the whole object is to put something into the pregnancy center. So we sometimes take a hit on what we're selling.
Yes.
Okay. In my Silver Shed USA Potiversary bag, the blue one, this is the first bag that Ann did for us that was original. This is my Life Changer shawl by Laura Concert, and I call it the Secret Garden. And I was hoping to get out of this color, but like I said, I had limited knitting time and my hands I had to pay attention to. But I did. I think you guys can see that I made some progress. Okay, it has grown, and this color is, I think this is something toe jam. It's really kind of a weird name for such a pretty color.
I feel like you're right. It was something weird like that.
I can't, let me see, it is toe jelly tea.
Toe jelly
Tea. And then
that's so
I don't
weird.
know, that's so weird. And then I've got a green and a pink, which is why I call it English Garden. No, Secret Garden. Secret Garden is what I'm calling it. So these are the other two colors. That will be, some people use one color for this shawl. Some people use a main color, and then I think it's 5 minis. I chose to do one main color, and then these will alternate. And I have it written down here. This is going to be repeats 2 and 4. I think that's what they're called, repeats. And this is 3 and 5. And then the blue is the main color. I guess it's actually instructions. Section. That's what you call it, sections. So the main color is this blue, and then the other two will just be alternate. I think it'll be pretty, and I'm looking forward to working more on it so I can get it finished. It's a nice lightweight shawl. Not super lightweight, but light enough that I can wear it like in the summer, early summer or whatever, and into the fall and all that in the spring. So that's really nice. So that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, so that would lead us into actually something that we haven't seen in a while.
FOs.
Well, not FOs even. Frogged.
Oh, okay, cool.
I have frogged.
Did you enter that into Heidi's? Finish your frog it?
No, I didn't. But I'm not actually watching anybody, so
Okay.
I can't. I don't feel like it's fair to take that away from
No, you're absolutely
somebody
right.
who is actively watching.
Yep.
So I frogged. It was in this bag here. I don't actually stole the yarn in here. I moved it to a different bag. But in here, which is my Oops is a Bunny bag that was made by Silver Shed USA with Davina's artwork.
So should.
Silver Shed. And in here was my Gimmers mitts by Anne Kingstone.
That's right.
For the life of me, I could not make the count of the chart match the count of the stitches she said I should have for my size. And I just got frustrated and was like, you know what? I don't want them that much. Mm-hmm. Maybe later, when I can look at it a little bit more, I'll change my mind, but I don't want to deal with it right now. But it means that I went into a kit, I guess, that Mom made for me. Because you did make this specifically for...
Yes, I did. So it is a kit. It is a kit. I don't know.
That counts as a kit.
Ask Deborah. Deborah,
I mean, I'm not going to be entering into there.
No, but Deborah, if she wanted to just... If she did watch you and, was able to watch you a couple times and felt that she could put it in, I dyed up the yarn for a specific hat as a kit. But it's not an official kit. Does that count? Okay, that's what we need to know. And that, Deborah, we're talking to Doc Power Woman.
So, let me go to the pattern so I can show you guys. The pattern is the Bombadil hat. It's from the Fellowship of the Ring collection. From the needles of Susan Pandorf.
It's a really pretty hat.
Sunflower Designs, Turn Your Face to the Sun.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, I guess the way I have it is the best way to see that. So, that is the colorworks on the brim. Let's see if you can see it a little better if I do that. There we go. So that's the colorwork. And so where you have the yellow and the dark blue, that's where the pink and the green will be. The pink will be where the yellow is, and the green will be where the dark blue is. The main color is this blue. And Mom dyed all these up for me. And then the top...
It's really pretty.
Looks like that. It's a bunch of cables on the top. Because it's a tam. And then she has another view of the bottom. And this is...
Yeah, you can really see the color work there.
This is a, like I said, a reference to Lord of the Rings, to Tom Bombadil. He's not in any of the movies.
Yeah, I was kind of upset by that.
Although he doesn't add a whole lot to the plot.
I know, but I was kind of upset by that. It adds more than that stupid... that stupid romance in there.
That wasn't Lord of the Rings.
I know, but it adds more than the stupid romance
Yes, I agree. But...
And I like, what's her name? His daughter.
It's not his daughter. Goldberry's his wife.
Oh, his wife.
Goldberry's his wife.
That's right. Yeah, I can't remember. It's been so long since I read that. And they didn't put it in the movie, so... his wife.
Because he kept saying that Goldberry was waiting.
Yeah.
So... that's what's... This is needle adjacent. I'm going to be starting... I'm going to be... caking these up and starting this as soon as the podcast is over because I have the needles sitting here.
Awesome.
So this bag is not going to be empty for long.
Did you want to say anything about the hat being available?
No, we're going to do it in a moment.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
When...
Yeah, I know. Never mind.
So let's see. Back to the project I'm working on, and also for needle adjacent actually. Let me go back to here. This has been needle adjacent for a little while. I wound up all the yarn for it. It is the... Did I not download it? I should have downloaded it. Oops, I didn't download it.
Download what?
Let me go on to Ravelry and show you guys. The Yorkshire tam.
Oh, right.
Which I stupidly did not bring onto my Kindle, which is where I work all of my patterns. So let me go to my library, and it's Yorkshire, because I've had this for a while. Someone gave it to me.
Probably me.
Probably you, but I can't remember.
Oh, it might have been someone else.
I can't remember for sure.
I'd have to look in my purchases to see.
And then... Now this one is a paid for. It's by Linda Moss. Let me exit that. And then go to documents. Okay. That is... Oopsie. Sorry. I knocked down her show notes. Fumble fingers.
To break your head.
Wow.
Oh, man.
It was an accident.
It was purposeful.
So, that's the top of the Yorkshire tam. And then
Let's see here.
the...
There we go. Whoops.
Here's
There's
another...
a bunny.
There's another view.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
And...
It's got a lot of nice... She has nice color coordination.
Well, you don't see in here, but you can see on the project page is along the bottom, there's sheep
Oh, fun.
on grass, which is why I had to make sure I had green in there. So,
Oh, you told me that, yeah.
that's what helped me choose the colors that I have for this hat. And I'm waiting for size zeros to come in so I can start this hat because it's a fingering weight.
I don't do size zeros.
This is Mom's white,
No, bare necessities.
bare necessities. This is Miss Babs, and I feel like this
Yeah,
is
what's that in?
electric.
Electric turquoise.
Yeah,
Turquoise.
electric turquoise. This is some black I happen to have. This is some really gorgeous
That's pretty.
that I happen to have.
Is that dragonfly fiber? Is that...
No, it's not. It's again some fingering weight I happen to have.
That was some of the gold. I think
Yeah.
I picked those up for Christmas for you.
This one I think you did.
I
I
think
don't know.
both of them did.
Maybe.
Because I went through and they had them on sale for Christmas.
And then this one is Mom's. This is for the tortoise versus the hare. I can't remember what you call it. Blue Lagoon.
Magic Lagoon.
Magic Lagoon, yes. This is actually the long sport. When you look at it against the fingering, it's basically a fingering. Which you get that impression when you knit with
It's
it.
a thin sport. That's why I always ask people when I'm doing my pre-orders and things, which sport do you want?
And some of these fingerings are quite fluffy fingerings. So this will fit right in. And this is the green that I needed because I didn't have any green fingering in stash. And I didn't feel like buying more yarn. And waiting. So I'm waiting for my size zeros to come in because I actually ordered size zeros. And they shipped them off to me. But something occurred that was unanticipated.
Excuse
You're
me.
going to see where there's tearing along this tag. This tag was originally covering this one. This one says that these were size zeros. The tag underneath the other two tags says US 4s. So they had sent me US 4s. And it wasn't their fault. It was labeled wrong by
Whoever.
So when they picked it out and put it in the box, they thought they were putting US zeros in here. And nobody goes ahead and opens something to double check. So I actually got the wrong size. It's okay. I needed the US 4s for another project, as it turned out. I ended up putting my Christmas stocking on it because it was a little bit shorter than the needles I had it on. So it worked out better. So I didn't intend to get US 4s. I'm waiting for my zeros to come in. I reordered them. And hopefully they'll be labeled correctly. If they aren't labeled correctly this time, I am going to contact the seller and be like, hey, this is the second time you guys sent me the wrong needles.
You have to check your labeling.
Yeah. So, and I would want to demand appropriate compensation because...
Well, knowing people who sell those kind of things generally, if they don't pay the shipping to send it back, they generally let you keep it and then they send it to you at no cost. I know that's what was it? Madeline Tosh did for me. They let me
Yeah.
keep the yarn, and then Madeline Tosh was fantastic. Okay.
And I know stuff sometimes happens, but
Sure
hopefully
does,
it won't
but
happen.
not twice.
Yeah. Hopefully it won't happen twice.
Okay. How do you want to work this?
So now it'll be FO, so I'll show my first one
And then I'll show mine. Then I'll show.
first.
Yeah.
So I was a little concerned about this particular finished object because I wasn't sure. I thought it was going to be too small, and I was very upset about it, and I didn't feel like knitting back. First of all, it was a free pattern at the time, but
I think they said it's paid for now.
yeah, I had to change the way the decrease is written. I guess it wasn't finished last time, was it? Was it this finished last time?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well, it might have been, but you didn't show it. You might have finished it afterward because you would have.
I finished it right after the
Yeah.
podcast. That's what it was. I had to write. I know I said this on the last podcast. I had to change and write the decreases in my project
You
page.
should probably let her know now the pattern's
Yeah.
free. I mean, paid for.
Yeah.
If it's
I mean, I'm still gonna leave that in my project page
Mm-hmm.
because people need to be able to.
especially if they got it before. Yeah.
Right. But I had to change the decreases because they didn't work. And then the hat ended up being too short initially. I blocked the heck out of it. And I have a mannequin that's, I guess it's a sewing mannequin, and you can actually pin hats onto it. So I wet it down, and then I stuck it wet. I mean, I patted it down, but I stuck it damp on the mannequin and then stretched it and pinned it, and it now fits. So, hold on. I mean, it's not going to have a whole ton of slouch or anything to it, but I don't think it was made for a slouch.
Mm-mm. It's really cute.
So it does fit an adult now. And this is Laura's Purple Turtles hat. It's nice and lightweight.
It's Crochet Hoovian's hat.
Yeah. It's nice and lightweight, which is really, you don't think about that with a colorwork hat, but with it being fingering weight, it's really a nice weight to it. A very comfortable weight. So,
Very nice.
I will have to send this off to Laura. I have done all the pictures.
Before Tortoise versus Hare started, just barely.
Oh, I got it. I needed to get this done before Tortoise versus Hare because I was like, I'm not having this count for the tortoises.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it done. Because that
Well, you
was
didn't have to put it in.
Yeah, but that would have been cheating.
No one. Not putting something in, you don't have to put anything in.
I know, but it feels like if I finish Tortoise, I should put it in.
I'm not putting any bunnies in. I'm not doing any bunnies.
You put in the bunny when you finished it during Tortoise versus Hare last
I didn't do it, but
or the year before or something.
I probably did.
When you were testing Valeria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I did.
because you finished a bunny, it should get its chance. Which is why I worked extra hard, because if I had finished this during Tortoise versus Hare, I would have had to put it in. Because that's only fair.
Okay.
So yes, now it's your turn.
This is one of the few things I felt so good to be able. I finished this in like 3 hours. And this is called Cool Mint. And there's a reason. It's a.
Mint, mint, mint.
It's. I can't explain it to you because it's a kind of a ongoing private joke, and it would make no sense. But
But it's basically based off of a picture, off of a
of an
emoji sticker
emoji
type
kind of
thing.
sticker thing. And this is, I haven't done one of Carissa Cole's pattern in ages, but I love Carissa Cole's stuff. This is based on the Pocket Bloop pattern by Carissa Cole.
But you changed it.
I changed it a little bit. I added an extra set of legs. I changed the little top knot here, and I changed the face. In terms of the eyes are bigger. If I do this again, I will put the eyes closer together and higher up. But, oops.
It's funny.
Can you see?
Hang on, his mouth's covered.
Mouth's covered.
Hang
I can't see
Because I
it.
can actually do this with my hands. So.
Well, I can't see it because of the little camera.
There, you can see his mouth.
And that's his tongue, and there you can see it a little better. So
There.
this is the Pocket Bloop. This little thing here is this. I made it the same size, but it sticks up in him, and I folded it over. And then there was no face on it, and there was only the two front legs. So I added the back legs. So this was really quick. I think I did
You
it
said like 2 hours.
2 or 3 hours, and I enjoyed it very, very much. So this is
He's
Ty's
really
actually.
cute. But he's going to live in here where we can see him
Yes,
because
he makes everybody happy.
he does.
So
Look at that face.
he's so cute.
He's so cute.
And he's not really blue. He's kind of a turquoise or aqua. So whoops, he fell down.
It's a bunny.
It's a bunny.
So,
And I have to kind of figure out how to place his feet a little better so he doesn't keep falling over. I think what happens is that the eyes are heavy,
right.
and so they keep popping him over a little. There we go.
He's so happy.
He is.
Okay, so next is my final finished object. I finished the Lion Witch in the Wardrobe hat by Linda Moss. And this is now available as a free pattern on Ravelry. You guys can share your pictures, tag the pattern. Please do tag the pattern.
Yep.
She'd be very happy to see it tagged. Now, you can see the top. I need to block this still, but you can see the top is a snowflake.
Very pretty.
So she explains it like this in the pattern page. These are the Pevensies. I think I pronounced that right.
Pevensies? How do you say it? I don't know.
Pevensies. Whatever. The kids going through the wardrobe. And then you have Aslan across here, Aslan roaring, and then Narnia under ice. So, I need to block this still. When you block it like a tam, it'll be so you can actually see. If you wear it as a tam, it's like that you'll see. So I'm probably going to block it as a tam. And if I don't like how it looks as a tam, I can block it again and make it more like a hat. Or like a beanie. But
Very pretty.
so it is available. I haven't made up my mind yet if I'm keeping this particular one or if it's going to go on the table.
Right.
It might go on the table. I can always knit another one if I want it. But it's really pretty.
It is.
And it was a very, very fun knit. Very clearly written.
Well, she writes a good pattern.
Um,
Even though I'm not very far on mine, I'm just getting into the color work now. It's a very...
well, I know I want to knit her Red Squirrel Revival.
I'm waiting for the other one.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So yes, go ahead and check it out. She does mention our group in her pattern page because she had designed this with for us. And Mom and I had told her, no, don't just keep it, for us. We want everyone to have
It's a beautiful pattern.
access to it.
It's a shame not to let everybody have it. It's just, no, she's very talented.
So, but this was designed for us for the
Tea and Tails.
Tea and Tails, thank you. So Lion Witch in the Wardrobe is finished. And the link to the pattern has been included in the thread. I will now post, well, I will wait a little while, but I will post eventually my finished one in there. But yeah, guys, go check it out. I know that one or two of you were waiting until you could see what it looked like finished so you would determine whether or not you wanted to start it. And a couple of people have been asking about it this week in order to pick it up or have me send it to them. But I happen to know, for one thing, it was a busy week, so I didn't get a chance to send it. For another thing, I happen to know that Linda was going to be putting it up pretty soon.
And now they can get it themselves.
Exactly. So
So do they have to re-download if they want it in their library? Probably, right?
yes.
I have to re-download it then.
And I'm going to re-download it as well. So that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, so we are into stash enhancements.
Yes, we are into stash
Do
enhancement.
you have any?
Well, I kind of already showed you my stitch markers.
Okay, I only have two. I'm going to show you the real cute one first. My husband got me this. It's a sloth, and it's squeezable for my hands. And it's just so cute. Isn't he cute? He's adorable.
She wants to hug him and squeeze him.
So I'm going to put him next to Cool Mint. And then Plum Deluxe, I don't know if the sale's still going on, but they're having a sale on their Earl Grey tea. And I think it's 1 for regular price, then 2 you get like $1 off, and 3. I ended up getting 4 teas at $5 off a piece.
Nice.
Instead of the regular price, which was quite a discount. And let's see here. I got, oh, it smells so good. I got Endearment Blend Oolong, which is
I want to smell.
Sip and enjoy positive thoughts. This one has caffeine in it. So that's this one. I got Mindful Morning Black Tea, a fresh take on Earl Grey. This is really good. And this, one of them, he sent me a note. He sent several of us a note because by accident, some of them got packaged with caffeinated black tea of the decaffeinated one. And I'm not overly concerned about it. If I was giving it to Talia, then I might have been. But I'm not.
But he's good. You want to make sure.
Andy is fantastic. Treat yourself like you're royalty. This is the creme brulee black tea. So this looks really good. And I'll tell you all the stuff that's in it later when I actually use it.
Yes, because we do intend to going back to drinking tea on the podcast.
California Grey Herbal Tea. And this is the one. I got one that's no caffeine.
And we should probably try to have a cup of tea maybe afterwards if Dad's still not out.
Yeah, if Dad's not out. And then I got the Blackberry Mojito Black Tea. I don't think I've ever tried
Mojito?
that. Mojito Black Tea?
Oopsie. I think it's probably Mojito. Because I don't think Mojito's a thing. I think Mojito is, though.
Yeah, it probably is. And I got a nice little card in here. How to make a good tea. I can't read what that says. Does that say I have to be a member of the tea club to do that? Or I actually have that.
Well, the free shipping forever is tea club, yeah.
Right, but what about the percentage off?
I think that is.
I can use that, or
no? I think that is for the tea club.
Okay, well that's okay. I can't join. I would love to join the tea club, but I can't do it right now.
And I can't keep up anymore.
That's what I'm saying. I have a big box. My husband bought me a box. I keep all my tea and tea sugar in, and it's pretty full. So I have to drink some. It gets less as we get the cooler weather. Mm-hmm. And because I'm almost finished with my first 32 ounces, I might have a cup of tea later if Daddy's not.
Yeah, I haven't had a cup of tea in so long.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what I have for my royalties. Nothing really knitting related. Anything else?
I don't think so. Because I think we mentioned all of our needle adjacent and...
Well, with all our tangents, I'm not going to be able to do ephemera or the autism awareness because it's almost an hour. It's over an hour and a half.
Funny.
So what I'm going to do is, once again, thank Heidi for what she's, for shouting us out like she did. It was very sweet. I did want to say that I am working on the dysautonomia colorway, which is basically done, and I have my idea set in my head now for the cardiac. I just have to figure out the name and see how it works out. The reason it's taking me so long to do some of this is with all the disarray, I just haven't been able to get into dyeing yarn. It's just been too chaotic. So, and I have all my other yarns. The pictures are taken, and I will be posting those. I do want to remind you that there will be a slight price hike with the new yarns that I'm posting. But the yarns that are already posted, the 40 some odd yarns that I have in there, will not be changed. Those yarns will stay the same. So if you want to use the 20% discount code that I have for you, feel free. If not, that's fine as well. I will have more discount codes in the future. The other thing I was going to say is I may have some exciting news coming up. I have been in contact with our LYS and with somebody else to supply yarn for them. So the details have to be worked out, so I don't want to mention any names at this point, but I'm very excited about that.
No names.
No names.
Third
No,
podcast.
fourth.
Fourth in a row. No names.
I don't want to mention any names at the moment until the details are worked out, but I'm really excited about that and flattered that they want to do that with me. So that's that. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah.
Okay, because we didn't mean to keep you this long. We want to excuse me. Want to thank all our YouTube commenters: Sally, Laura, Pat, Buckthorn Farms, LNS Crafts, Margaret, and Wombat of Doom. For commenting on YouTube. And if I missed anybody on YouTube, I'm sorry. We are very grateful for you as well. And all the people who commented on Ravelry, thank you as well. I did try to answer everybody. I think I got everybody before we started podcasting, but that doesn't mean I got everybody.
Right.
So, I think we're podcasting next Saturday because that's Father's Day weekend. So we're going to try to podcast on Saturday. That's the 15th, I think. Yeah, the 15th.
I can't believe how close it is. I need to buy my Father's Day gift.
Yeah, I do too. So, in the meantime, we want to wish you all a very blessed week full of all that makes you happy, crafting, cooking, whatever it is that makes you happy. We hope to see you again for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 358, and that's a wrap.
Bye.